Like just getting old as hell. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Hi. Okay, there's somebody talking. I'm just like, I think there's someone actually here. Can you see those? Do you see them, Jeana? No, only I see them. Okay,
it's
good.
Fine.
If they say anything bad, I'll be like, delete. Okay, so Jeana, thank you so much. I am recording this because I'm going to be doing, re-airing this, obviously, as a recording. This is my first live, so I apologize if I'm a little rusty.
I know first live too.
Yeah. Well, good. Okay, cool. Are you going to start doing lives on Kent and Jeana? Are you?
I think we're going to try it. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. We're going to, I think, doing it on Instagram every week after the podcast episode airs. So.
Oh, that's a good idea. Are you going to do any commentary after the OC shows?
Maybe, yeah. I think it's going to be really interesting this season, so I think we might do that.
Jeana, if you need someone to be bitchy with, you can call me. And I'll do it.
I'm never bitchy, you know me.
Kent is too nice. Okay, I'm typing now. All right. So if you remember, just for the YouTube people who don't know, I had said to you at the podcast, the last one we did a while ago on Dishing Drama Dana, that, Taylor sort of cut me off. Taylor Armstrong from, the early years of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She was my friend on the show, and she had sort of out of the blue kind of cut me off. And there had been some rumors that maybe she had said something bad about me to Andy Cohen. Okay. That I don't know. It's a grain of salt. But like all of a sudden, it's like I never existed. Even now to this day, like it's that way. So I was curious if you found, how was she when you saw her in Orange County, August 11th, and how you, I guess, with Rebecca Voss to just try to trigger your memory?
Yes, of course. No, she saw me from across the room, and they got drinks at a counter, and they were wishing the bartender, who's a friend of theirs, happy birthday. And she came flying over and sat down next to me, and the two of them sat with us for the rest of the day. She's always delightful. She's always funny and interesting, talking about her daughter and all the fun things she's up to. And I kind of think that you're taking it personally. Her life is so busy with COVID and moving, and I don't think she cuts anybody out of her life. I think if she saw you across the room right now, she'd come flying over and spin you around and give you a big hug. So I think you're being overly sensitive.
Okay.
I don't think any of us are that important to her that she would even think about cutting us out of her life.
Really? So let me ask you a question.
She's a very busy, full life.
Is she going to do that show for the Peacock, the whatever the Peacock show is, the All Stars or whatever?
I don't know, and I don't know anything about it. Are you doing it?
No, I'm not. I'd love to. I'd parachute right in there. Whoa, there's Dana.
Parachute strut. I mean, Peacock strut. They don't parachute.
Oh my God.
How do you know who's... Have they already filmed it already?
So they're doing a bunch of them. Okay, so they did do one. And
what's it about?
Basically, it's a bunch of housewives from different franchises from the past and the present. Okay. And they get flown onto some island location. And one of them, I believe, what was Ken, do you remember where the one was?
Wait, it's already been on TV and I missed it?
No, they haven't released it, but
my God, those bitches would pull each other's hair out. I could die.
Yeah, so they're doing, I think Cabo was one or something, and
that's not a deserted island. Come on.
It is familiar with Housewives.
I remember that Vickie was upset that she didn't get to go on it because she was working on that with Tamara, I think, and then they decided to cut both of them off of it. So, yeah.
Wow. And I'm sure you'll say something nice about that too, Jeana.
Well, maybe they cut it because they didn't film it because of COVID. Who knows? Well, it's an iffy world out there. If you don't want Vickie and Tamara,
right?
Those are, right up there with the start of the franchise, including me too. I think we're fun girls. So if I was a producer, I would definitely want us.
I would too. I mean, the last cast rumor was it was Dorinda.
Oh,
and
Dorinda's fun.
Dorinda, Taylor, and God, who was the
Taylor
other?
Armstrong?
Yeah, Taylor Armstrong.
And they would want Taylor Armstrong over Tamra?
Right. That's
Maybe
weird.
Tamara's in that group. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
because
know.
Tamra has such a big TV queue.
Yeah, I think she might be actually.
I'm sure she is.
The first batch that definitely went because they showed footage of it was Kyle Richards.
Now that's interesting that girls on existing shows can do that show. Usually we couldn't do anything until we were off Bravo.
Right.
Yeah, well, Peacock is taking over a lot of the programming of Bravo, and there's rumors as to why that is, but
well, Peacock is NBC, so Bravo is NBC.
So maybe they just want to migrate it to a sister, some of the content to sister network.
It brings, remember when they had me do the exercise show?
Yeah.
Intervention. They just want to bring some of the names from one show to another.
Right.
Yeah. Well, my
friend
Christine Chu is going to be on Dancing with the Stars next week. So that's exciting.
Yeah. Whoa.
She was on Playing Empire. She's cool.
She's very cool.
Yeah, she's cool. So, okay. So basically I hear your advice. I should now
reach out to her. Reach out to her. Be the bigger person. I don't believe she's cut you out. There would be no reason to.
I feel like from what you've told me, Jeana, she's definitely really busy with her life.
Oh, she's so busy, and you live in Florida. You're out of sight, out of mind.
Is she still with her husband? I don't know if you can.
Of course. They're so cute together. Yeah.
And they both live in Orange County now?
They live in Newport now.
Oh, that's nice for them. I like Newport. That's a good place.
Yeah, and they were going from there. They were going to a fun dive bar called Woody's, and they're just cute.
Nice.
Yeah, well, good. I'm so glad. And there are 3 new housewives coming on Real Housewives of Orange County. Did you know about that?
I did. I had heard about the Dr. Jen, and I've met Noelle. And the other one, you mentioned her name, but I haven't met her yet.
Nicole James is her name.
Yeah, I don't know her. I looked her up.
Nobody seems to know anything about this Nicole James girl. I mean,
you think she was a friend of Bronwyn's? Is that what you think?
I heard almost all 3 of them were. That's why it was such a slight.
That goes back to Jonathan Anton when he first met us, first season of Housewives, when we went on his show. He said, be careful about bringing all your friends. Try to keep it a close group because your friends become your replacements.
That's right. Absolutely. Hey, I wanted to read you something that was fun all right. And I'll tell you a little gossip about Noelle since you met her. But before we start, I wanted to ask you. So Brian Moylan wrote this book, right? And there's this one section of this book, and I meant to ask you about this. He said that you weren't allowed to do extra deals when you were on the show.
No, we were offered to do a big commercial for a car company, and then they had to do like fake housewives and just kind of recreate it. They did not want to make stars of us. They wanted us to be girls next door. So when they finally let us christen Virgin Airways or go to the racetrack and do something at the Del Mar racetrack or something, that was a big deal. And then they started letting stuff, when Bethany started getting liquor deals, and they didn't want to let us do things. And I fought them on it because I was an actress before I was on their show. So I already done 100 some commercials, but if it was anything where they were playing off the housewives, they wouldn't approve it in the beginning. Maybe 3-4 years later they did.
That's difficult. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah. Well, so then Brian
weren't paying us that much in the beginning,
Yeah.
Yeah, I went and I recently disclosed my contract on Dishing Drama Dana bonus audio. And I think a lot of people were surprised at, the salaries. They've changed it, I understand. They're not doing it the way that we started with in the beginning.
I have no idea what they do now.
Yeah, they're doing it's rumored that they're doing it based on appearances on the show. Like if you appear in the episode, whereas we had package deals. If you did it, you were
going to get $300,000 for, it used to be like 8 episodes. And then when they started paying them more, then they decided unlimited freaking episodes. So they'd be like 18 episodes. And
yeah.
Dana,
were 16. Yeah.
Do you know if they get paid for friend roles? Like Vickie, I think the last season she was on, she was a friend.
Yeah,
of course.
They get paid for that? Okay.
Yeah, okay, so basically anytime you're a cast member, official cast member, which is friend of or principal, you get paid.
Okay.
What we're saying is that at one point in time, people were paid a flat for X amount of episodes, and then you'd get a bump per episode. But then what happened was, or so I heard from Brian Moylan, that they started doing it based on appearance. So like if you don't show up in an episode, they don't pay you that episode. Even though you were there, you were edited out or whatever.
Right.
It's kind of like the NFL, huh?
Jeez, I'm really tough. Hey, so tell me just for Jeana, I know you've been asked this a million times, and I do try to avoid, asking the same stuff. But tell me about that. You were around when Gretchen had the sugar daddy, right, in the beginning?
Well, he wasn't her sugar daddy. He was her fiance at the time.
But he's the original, like he was old, right?
He was her boyfriend. And he was, what, 15 years older than her, maybe 20?
Okay, he looked a lot older. Did he
had
ever
white
come on
hair.
the show?
Yeah?
Did he ever come on the show?
He did.
He was on the show. And he was a gentleman, and he was kind, and he supported her in everything she wanted to do. I liked him. I thought he was a cool guy.
Okay.
I felt bad for Gretchen because of that. Because all the girls, except for Jeana, I feel like went after her and accused her of all this stuff.
Oh, I remember Tamara, the first time we were going to go pick up Gretchen, she said, "Hold on to your grandpas, girls." It's like, oh my God, why? What does that mean?
Right.
But no, he was a wonderful person and made such a difference to her life. I think she cherished the time she had with him, and she spent a lot of time at that hospital with him.
Was anyone judgy about that behind the cameras when you guys were there?
They weren't too judgy behind the cameras. They were judgy on camera. Tamara was very judgy.
So Tamara was like, "He's too old for you. Why are you
Not so much too old, but if your boyfriend is sick and in the hospital, what are you doing at Bass Lake?" And she did that sort of, threw that at her. But you know what? You can only sit and be sad for so long. At some point, you got to take a weekend and go see your mom and dad at the lake.
Right.
So I didn't judge her.
There's people want me to ask you about Vickie's insurance agency.
She's a very successful insurance agency. Okay. I used to be at dinner with her, and she's like, "Tomorrow's a big day for me. I'm going to go take a check to these people who lost their husband." And she would get so much joy out of that. That was the Midwest part of her. She really liked taking that big payoff check to give to the clients whose husband had died or wife had died or something.
Right. And you still see Vickie a lot, don't you?
I talked to Brianna's pregnant. I was so excited. She's having number 4.
Good.
So
I wonder, like, how many kids does Brianna have now?
This will be number 4. She's pregnant with number 4.
Oh my gosh. That's
so Cara better hurry up and catch up. I think Cara will stop at 3.
Yeah.
So how did it feel to have your son on Watch What Happens Live?
He really had a good time, and some of those people he had met before and some he hadn't, but he really enjoyed the whole experience, and it was kind of sad that it was COVID and you had to do it from a camera somewhere. He would have really liked to have been in New York, and he only got to go to New York once, I think. Colton really wants to go to New York, so I'll have to tell Andy, come on.
Maybe
Colton
they'll
on.
do an island spinoff with the kids, and your kids could be on that. That would be fun. Kent would like to be on it too.
If you want to be on an island, if you're going to pick any of my kids, it would definitely be Colton because he can cook. He can make campfire coffee.
That's great.
Well, all your kids are good looking, so that's good.
They are cute.
Okay, so I wanted to tell you a little gossip about Noelle. Do you say Noella or Noelle? How do you call her?
I think they called her Noelle when I met her.
Okay. So just tell me a little bit about your first impression. Because did you only meet her once or a few times?
I met her once at her house when she invited me to the premiere of the Bronwyn's first season. And they did an honorary thing where everybody had to wear a sky top. And I thought that was so, because that's what we wore first, most of our seasons. Sky top gave us these fun sky tops, and we lived in them. All of us fought for them, loved them. And so I just thought she was so kind, and her house was amazing that they were renting. And she was just so nice to everybody. She was such a good hostess. And I thought she should be on the show, but I didn't think that would mean to her friend.
Yeah, no, to Bronwyn.
Because they had a close relationship together.
Yeah,
and
they
then
had
when I heard her husband
out.
had legal troubles. Now, lawyers always seem to get in trouble. Stuff happens. Their accountant doesn't pay their taxes, or I don't know what happened, but I heard it was a tax thing. It's like, hey, then get a new tax man and pay your taxes. But you don't divorce someone over that. So I'm hoping she's just divorcing him because they weren't getting along or something. Because they were really cute together.
Yeah.
You're surprised that
I'm surprised, yeah. People give up so early. Look at me. I think 15 years I worked on before I got divorced. I got separated. It's like, all right, well, let's just think about it for a while. I'm from the Midwest. We don't get divorced.
Do you miss being on TV?
I seem to be on TV and radio and different things quite a bit. So, no, I don't miss it.
So you like this kind of recreational go on and be...
I like the recreational go on. I think my daughter should do a show. She is so funny and brilliant. And
Carly was one of my favorite kids on the show in the early season.
Man.
She was so funny.
When I get her and Colton together, we are crying. We are laughing so hard.
So, Kent, do you have anything you want me to ask Jeana?
I'm not sure. I mean, I feel like we've covered a lot.
I know. I was like, Jeana, I knew you only had like 10 or 15 minutes, and it was my first live. So, let me see. One question. Okay. Hey, Tracy, I see you. Go ahead, honey. There's like a person writing to me. This is so cool. Okay, Jeana, so you know what's happening on my end?
Yeah, you get to see the words underneath.
I get to see the people and they're writing all these. Oh, you guys, thank you. You're so sweet. I think that Jeana should be the star of the next Island show. And then we'll bring in Tamara to be a bitch because Jeana doesn't do that. And I'll just be like a shit stirrer. Because I
can be bad if I'm hungry or tired. Then I can be bitchy.
Really? You get hangry?
Oh, God, yes. Old boyfriends was talking to new boyfriends and they said, hey, look out.
Are you dating anyone?
I'm dating a few different guys. Nobody's rising to the top, though, so it's almost time to take a broom to them all.
Really? Maybe we could go pick up guys together.
Sweet.
Would you like that? It'd be fun.
So I did a cooking podcast with Ryan Scott. You know who that is? Chef Ryan?
No, tell me about him.
He has got a cooking show. Here he is, Chef Ryan. He used to be on Bravo.
Oh, yeah, I know him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's so cool. I love him. He's got 2 little kids now. He's married. And he's up in the Bay Area. And we just have so much fun when he calls. Mm-hmm. He'll send a box of food for me to make.
That's so cool. Yeah, no, I can't cook. I do grilled cheeses.
His recipe book is good. You should get it. His cookbook.
I will. I'll buy it. So there's somebody who wants to know, what do you feel about Erka Jayne Girardi's situation? How do you feel about it?
I just feel sorry that she has to go through that.
So go ahead.
I think she'll be okay. I don't think she personally did anything wrong. You know, you usually don't get dragged down to your husband's level because most husbands don't involve their wives. They're too egotistical to involve them.
I don't know if she was involved until the end because why would she get a divorce randomly? They were so happy on camera. You know what I mean?
Well, I like divorce for a lot of reasons.
Right.
Maybe he cheated on her. Who knows?
Well,
somebody who does stuff like that, he was cheating on her.
He cheated on her for years.
Oh, then that's why she's divorced and not his financial troubles.
Right. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, I think that there's a lot of, I have like an unbelievable amount of knowledge on this topic because I have been reporting on it for a long time on my podcast and interviewing people.
Okay?
I feel like, unfortunately, there's a lot of indicators that she was not just like a blind, totally disconnected housewife. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that she's maliciously taken, was on board with taking the client funds that Tom Girardi did in like this Ponzi scheme. But I will say this, I have really not appreciated from a viewership position that she has not apologized, at least to the victims, on Tom's behalf. And she's continuously just.
Aren't you innocent until proven guilty?
Well, no.
I'm sure the attorneys are saying,
do
nothing, keep your mouth shut till the trial's over.
Well, there's so many trials, but there's like several civil cases. I'm not talking about criminal cases, but there's several civil cases. There was $140 million misappropriated.
Wow. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
If he gets convicted of that, he probably won't see daylight again.
Well, he's in a conservatorship, which
so that's another reason to divorce somebody. They're going to be in jail for the rest of their life.
Right.
You know? Going to jail on Sundays to visit him is no fun.
Oh my God. Okay. So what I was going to say is that I think somehow I highlighted someone's comment and it's like forever.
Yeah, it says man.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how to get rid of that.
Can you imagine, you guys, if I put a comment up and it was like, Dana's such a douche.
Yeah. How do you get rid of that?
Hilarious.
I don't know. How do I get rid of that? Let's see. Let me play around. Oh, I just changed your view too. You guys are okay. I'm going to try clicking the button. Okay, Persian Motorman, if I lose you, I'm sorry. Okay.
There you go.
Okay, there it is. Sorry, guys. Okay. So a few other people want to know, is Heather Dubrow annoying in real life? You got to be honest though, Jeana.
She's not so much annoying as she wants things done her way.
Right.
I don't know if you would call it spoiled or she just knows what she wants.
She's particular.
She's very particular.
Yeah.
Could I live with her? No. Could she live with me? No, she'd choke me out.
So Heather would not. Do you think if you were on the show with Heather Dubrow, because why not? Why the hell not talk about it? Do you think that you would be at odds with her, or you guys think you'd be thick as thieves?
You know, I think because I'm a friendly person, game for anything, and I'm not moody, I think we'd be friendly. I've always got along great with her husband. Whenever there's a group of people around, and her husband and I will talk, she'll be off drinking champagne with some other girls, but he always will seek me out and talk to me and check in what's happening.
He's the guy from Botched, right?
Yeah.
He seems funny and nice.
He
I'd probably
fun.
get along with him. Yeah.
And he's real easygoing too. She's high maintenance.
So how do you think that works because she's so high maintenance and he's easygoing?
I think so. I think he just doesn't sweat the small stuff and do what you want, baby. It's going to be great, whatever you do. But I remember one time she forgot to order him like his onion rings or something. And he didn't ask for much of the whole catered meal. He's like, where's the onion rings? She didn't go with the menu. He was definitely bummed. It was kind of like when we went to New York and Tamara forgot to pick up Simon's suitcases from the airport in New York. She just left his. She goes, yeah, I got mine. Let's go. And he just assumed when I got mine, it meant I got everybody's.
So some of the people on TV, especially Bravo, can be narcissists is the lesson, guys.
Yeah.
It goes with the territory, unfortunately. Right. Okay, well, let me just see if there's any other ones. They want to know, do you ever hang out with Kelly Dodd? How's she doing?
I have not seen her, but she's on my Instagram, so I feel like I'm at all of her parties. She's having quite fun. Wow, she's in Palm Springs. She's on a boat. They're traveling a lot because he's not working anymore either, right?
Yeah, he quit Fox or whatever it was. Yeah, and now he's doing a podcast with her.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, her boob fell out.
Oh my. That's insane.
It's true,
Gina. Out of her swimsuit?
No, she was promoting the podcast with him and they were sitting and she didn't mean it, but she just like moved and her boob fell out.
Oh my God. Probably made that a very popular podcast.
That's what I said. I said, if you don't get Patreons from that, I don't know what,
Speaking of bodies, have you seen Vickie? How great she looks? Oh my God.
Tell me how great
she looks. Great. She's promoting a shake, and if that's the shake, she looks really great. She's probably the best weight she's been in a long time.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm so.
And Brianna looks amazing too.
Okay,
well, she'll probably gain weight, but Brianna was doing keto diet.
Yeah, I saw Brianna, and she looked really good.
Yeah, she did.
She did.
Best she's ever looked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like we need to have a big party. I'm still really tight with Peggy. So I would like to get us all together, and
Peggy's great at that. She puts everybody together.
And she's like you. She's so good. She's
Is she still living in the same house, or did they move? They were thinking of moving somewhere.
I don't know. I actually didn't ask her.
Okay.
The last time I spoke to her, she was just like, "Get your ass here," and she was like, "Let's do something. Get your ass here." And I was like, "Okay." I will. Okay, wait, let me just make sure. Can Tamara still afford her house not being on Housewives? What do you think about that?
She sold her house.
Okay.
They moved into her husband's old house that he had, and she gutted it and remodeled it and made it beautiful. But she was a smart girl. The minute she lost the show, even though she should have had plenty of money in the bank, she's a smart businesswoman. She got rid of that overhead, the big $2 million something house, made a profit on it, and went back to another house they had because, COVID was happening and everything else was going on. Nobody was making money. So that was really smart of her.
Yeah. Right. And then another question I have is about the son. Vickie's son has been like angry or something, people are saying, and they want to know why. Do you know why he's Vickie's hostile son? What's going on with the Vickie's hostile son? Do you know what he's Kent? Help.
I think I heard
he lives in Hawaii.
Right. I think I saw on Instagram, maybe, I could be wrong, but that he was commenting on Steve, I think his name is, running for governor of California, and he didn't like it. And he was hoping that this isn't an opportunist guy like Brooks was. That's what I think is.
That wasn't very nice.
Yeah.
Because Steve, I don't think he got in that election.
He didn't win. Yeah, I know.
But to tell you the truth, his things that he stood for and everything he said, if it wasn't the fact that he didn't have enough following, I think he would have made a fine governor.
Right.
But that other guy had a much bigger following, so it was hard to waste a vote.
It's her son-in-law. They said it's her son-in-law. I don't know.
well, he's got an opinion on everything.
Well, can you tell me about the son-in-law? Is he cute? No, I'm kidding.
You mean her son-in-law, Brianna's husband?
Oh, yeah, I guess it. Oh, yeah.
It's Ryan?
Yeah.
It's Ryan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an ex-military, so he would definitely have opinions on everything, whether they're accurate or not. But yeah, because Vickie and her son get along great, so I didn't think it was her son.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. I thought I heard about that, but I could be wrong.
I know what it is. So the son-in-law, I guess Ryan has been blasting her publicly.
Oh,
so
wow.
That's what everyone is talking about. And they're saying, I know, they didn't want him. I guess they didn't want him to be governor. I think it would have been fun to have Vickie as first lady.
I know.
Woohoo! Let's go.
You can call her and ask for a party.
Republican Party going.
Okay, just a quick thing before we go, you guys. I don't know if you know this, but like Jeana was the ZZ Top girl. Okay, so like if you don't know what that is, you need to go watch the old ZZ Top videos. And she was one of the muses that would like, they go through in the videos and they do like good things for people. Okay, well, ZZ Top sings, and Jeana's one of them, and this is iconic. Like, it's actually Real Housewives of Orange County is okay.
We're actually, Vickie and I are in a couple different college books.
Wow.
For sociology something.
Yes, she's in all of the videos. Patricia.
Reality TV made such an impression on people. It's part of textbooks now, which is pretty funny.
Yeah.
I'm being interviewed by a girl from Pepperdine next week.
That was like the aha video. Like it's, it was like mind-blowing important in our world. Okay.
Well, music videos changed the world for a little bit. There was so many good ones. Short People, Sharp Dressed Man.
Yeah.
California Girls. There was the same director did them all, and each one was so unique.
Well, you've always been a knockout. Let's just call a spade a spade.
Oh, that's so sweet.
All right. So we got to go do your podcast now. Okay. You guys, we're going to go on Jeana's podcast. So we're going to go, but I hope it wasn't too much of a cluster, my first live. And I hope you can thank Jeana for doing this for me and Kent. They were so nice to be like my friends and help me. So
It was really hard to be your friend.
And I know. Obviously, Taylor would agree.
No.
Jeana,
Next time I see her, I'm going to ask her.
You
You
I don't know how to do this to the camera. You need to ask her.
I will. I'll text her.
Okay, you better. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Now what do I do, Kent? You're going to tell me?
And broadcast.